Do you see the full screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. I am the designer I helped with the kind of platform, Duo Agent platform on GitLab.com, and then have since kind of transitioned into the design point person for Duo in the IDE specifically. I wanted to give a little bit of an overview over some of the differences between the Duo Agent platform on, our platform on GitLab, and how we've kind of adapted that for Duo in the IDE. And in this presentation, I'll be kind of presenting specifically in VS Code, but we're going to be just, have this extension available throughout a variety of different IDEs. So the challenge was, how we adopt this design that was kind of designed for the platform first, as an AI experience throughout GitLab.com into the IDE, and still retain enough parity that users won't be confused, because it is going to be retaining the actions a user takes across our platform, and reflecting a lot of the same kind of interactivity, but adapt that for a space that is not entirely ours in an IDE, and kind of surface this panel as an extension. We know that between 70 and 95%, or developers spend between 70 and 95% of their time, the vast majority in IDEs, depending on their role. And so we wanted to make sure this experience, even though we were designing it kind of after the platform design, would be feel like a native experience that was useful to users in their IDE of choice. So here's kind of what the design on the platform looks like. Specifically, the navigation over here is in a sidebar, and some of the ways in which you interact with the information is a little bit different than how a user may interact with a like coding companion on in within an IDE. But this is kind of where we started, and we wanted to take this platform design and adapt it for a space like this. We're an extension accessed via a sidebar within a product owned by, in this case, Microsoft. We were working with a slightly different kind of experience, but a very similar visual kind of panel design. And so the first thing that the first kind of difference that we had to address, right away, is how a user is going to navigate between the panels. On our platform, we have this sweeping new UI that provides for this navigable side panel, within which you can open and close the chat panel, but also access sessions and suggestions, and your kind of chat history with Duo. And so we had to kind of rework that to both look more, in this case, like VS Code, and function more similarly to an extension. And so we moved access to the chat history, suggestions, and new chat into like a global header that's horizontally laid out rather than this vertically stacked sidebar. And then agent sessions are kind of a different beast. They're not necessarily tied directly to chat in the same way that the other features are, other panels are. In the platform, we solve this by having these kind of divider lines, and within the IDE, we're choosing to treat the sessions as this accordion that can open and close below chat, because that's a common pattern within extensions and within IDEs. Another issue actually related to Tim's awesome work. We're all thinking about kind of the new way we're billing. And for us, this was a slightly different challenge than on the platform. The messaging was very similar when a user runs out of credits, when they hit their usage limit. But one thing we can't do that the platform can do is know immediately when a user has either contacted their admin and replenished their credits, or done so themselves if they are an admin. And so we had to figure out a way to prompt the user to reload the extension entirely. That's the only way right now for us to know for sure that a user now has credits. So that was something we had to kind of take into account. It's not a huge, design challenge, but getting the copyright and ensuring the users were not confused if they went to the platform or went to their admin, added more credits, and then were still unable to use Duo in the IDE, what the problem was. So having this kind of immediate reload extension shortcut, both within chat, if you're mid chat and you run out, and also if you come back and you have run out by using credits in other ways, you'll have this kind of dismissible notification at the top that immediately lets you know and gives you access to reloading the extension quickly. Something else related to usage limits that was net new relative to how to what the platform offers were code suggestions. We've had code suggestions within our extension for a little while, but this kind of consumption-based billing model is new. And so figuring out a way to display that to the user when they hit their usage limit in a way that is not totally disrupting, but is also not like a small notification that they may miss outside of the code editor itself, so that they understand that you are consuming credits when you're accessing code suggestions, and relate that back to the interaction they're partaking in. Excuse me. So two kind of usage limits issues that were unique to the IDE. Something else that developers use, across GitLab.com and everything from issues to any other kind of form, but particularly in an IDE and in their workflows are slash commands. And so we really took a look at how a user was going to interact with slash commands in our chat panel, what the kind of default list of slash commands might look like. These are from our existing extension on the left side, but then also considering custom flows and agents and how we were going to provide the kind of new features that exist with Duo Agent Platform in an accessible format as a slash command in the IDE. So this was kind of a new flow that the platform hadn't yet fully considered. And then these are just a few more screens of different pages and different panels that we had to work through, much of which is really similar to the platform. We wanted to keep as much consistency as possible while maintaining the user experience that a user in the IDE that is a developer is kind of expecting. So yeah, that's kind of what we did. Is we transitioned the platform designs into the IDE. And some of the things we learned were that because a platform first design doesn't necessarily translate directly to an IDE, and so many of our users are accessing our tools via an IDE, it might be valuable to consider building kind of in parallel in the future as we design, more things related to Duo Agent Platform. Consistency is important, but total parity can kind of lead to, or a focus on total parity can lead to an experience that is maybe compromised in one place or the other. So accepting some differences, I think, is a totally okay and good thing to do, even when you're kind of taking the same product and just translating it into a new kind of space. Constraints that we had, within a product that we don't control, that we're just an extension of, actually helps us kind of force a more easy information hierarchy, I think, relative to what we've kind of been doing with our extensions in the past. Adapting interfaces kind of to this particular tool is really key, and we've had some positive feedback throughout testing these with developers. And the usage warning was one of the main things that was a surprise to us. We didn't realize initially that you would have to restart the extension. And so there was a lot of back and forth with our engineering team and with our technical writers to ensure that we were kind of communicating that modified flow properly. But yeah, so that is kind of Duo in the IDE. I want to thank my many team members, both on the engineering side, the project management side, and on the design side, for helping us get this kind of across the finish line and creating a really high quality product. So yeah, I don't know if anybody has any questions, but happy to chat.
I don't see any questions in the doc, so I'll open up the floor. Any questions from the team? All right. Thank you,
All right.
Sam.
Thanks so much.